Hello world, you are welcome to BC Radio 1 News from the Republic of Ireland. I am Evangelist B, bringing you the gospel of the restoration of Biafra. I want to thank you viewers, friends and well-wishers. I say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night, depending on the geographical location of the world where you find yourself. Today we have this as a breaking news that Mr. Nnadi, have planned to kill or assassinate the members of IPOB. Nnadi, you know, is a lawyer in Nigerian Zoo Republic who is fighting for the new Nigeria. And like I normally said in previous videos, I am not against anything that is good, that will be of benefit to our people. I am not against it. Anything that will limit the shedding of blood or killing or whiskering away human life, disappearance of people, but we can enter into a dialogue table to be able to rectify things and put things in order so that to minimize human casualty. It is acceptable by me. I want us to understand that Nnadi has been an advocate of new Nigeria, and recently Nnadi came up to be accusing IPOB with his men as the reason why the Biafrans or the Eastern Nigerians are not getting any benefit from the Nigeria, which I have made a video to counter that illusion because it's from the devil. Right from the conception or inception of Nigeria, we have not been benefiting, Biafrans have not been benefiting anything from Nigeria. But first of all, before I go further, please, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, I am advising you and encouraging you, by the grace of God, to subscribe to BC Radio 1 News, because we are going to be bringing you the daily phenomena as they happen or as things unfold. And also, like our video and share it to every of your friends or those that you are in different media together with, or those that you are following or those that are following you. And by doing this, you are encouraging me to come up with new ideas and to begin to continue to search for information, vital and important information that is useful to you and me, that will be giving us more detailed information on the stages and the quest for the Biafran restoration. And I want to use this opportunity to thank Mazen Nnadi Kandubanta. What? We must mention him. This is something, one of the best things that has happened to humanity in Biafra land and in the Africa at large. A man who, at this modern time when the love of many is over money and they care about themselves, but this man sacrificed his life, put the mother and the father in front line just to save me and you. I say, may God Almighty keep him and preserve him and protect him, that he may lead us to that promised land. We can see that promised land. Yesterday he mentioned Biafra must come this year. The enemy counter him, so he has no strategy, he has no map, he has no any plan, proper plan about how to restore, but he's giving date that Biafra must come this year. He repeated it yesterday and said it is a must. He put it now, a must, that Biafra must come this year. So therefore, if you are losing confidence, I am advising you to guard up yourself right now. Put on your girdle and sit up, because we are at the final whistle. Yes, there is no way that what we call saboteurs will not be. They must be. They are in America. They are everywhere. During the time of Obama and all the rest of them, America is almost sold to the outside world. But God brought Trump to bring it back. And in our own time, also in the Bible time, we can see that there are so many people. Even there was a place I was reading this morning, the book of Ezra, when people of God wanted to, Cyrus gave them the order to rebuild the temple. He said God revealed to him, the God that dwelleth in Jerusalem revealed to him that his temple must be built. Eventually, Cyrus was no longer in power. Another power came in and people revolted. Those enemies, the saboteurs, rallied around and went to the new king and tell them that these people are rebellious people, blackmailing them. This is what Tony Nnadi and Clifford Urania and the daughters of truth, those people claim to be daughters of truth, are doing. So this is a short message I want to bring to you. Maybe you might have heard this news from other angles or other sources, but today I want to make my analysis, because people have different ways they analyze things and they put things in proper perspective, and that's what I want to do here today. So again, once again, if you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, it's called BC Radio 1 News. And also I want you to look at that thing that look like a bell or heart, which is hash in color. It's a notification bell. You can click it to activate it so that whenever I have a new update, you'll be forced to receive the information. Thank you, and keep listening. Today, the news that I'm bringing to you is a breaking news that Tony Nnadi, who is a lawyer, a Nigerianist, the man that are propagating and projecting the new Nigeria, reconstruction of Nigeria, and he is one of the due process men, people who want to use legal means like Emeke Siri to get Biafra or to get Nigeria fixed. Not to get Biafra, because they are talking about fixing Nigeria. Well, like you know, Mazen Nnadi Kanu was not against, initially he was not against fixing Nigeria. Any normal human being or sensible person will not like violence. I will never advocate for violence, but when death is approaching my doorstep, I have no other option than to defend myself. It is biblical. Even in legal way, in constitutions and in the world, in the United Nations charters, self-defense is recognized. You cannot, it is only, our people used to say, it's only a tree that can see somebody challenging and say, this tree tomorrow morning I'm going to cut you. It's only a tree that will still stand there till tomorrow morning. If it is a human being, he will pick rays or find a way of defending himself. So like I said, the idea of Tony Nnadi trying to make Nigeria great and trying to bring Nigeria into a new Nigeria that will be free of corruption, that will be okay. But remember that we have not been seeing Tony Nnadi advocating and shouting being voice to the voiceless. He's talking about constitution, talking about the criminality of the British government, talking about the Fourth Foundation, talking about the first census that was counted in the zoo when zoo got independent and how they manipulated the whole thing. All these things sound very well, but Tony Nnadi have never advocated and castigate the killing. He never want to talk about the Fulanis surrounding the eastern Nigeria. I have not seen him talking about the Fulani killing. All I heard him talking about is criticizing Nnadi Kanu as being a hindrance to his progress. I wonder how Nnadi Kanu is hindering Tony Nnadi. The other day they came up with his group and they said that Igbos are losing their benefit in Nigeria because of IPOB. And I look at it as to stupidity to the highest order. And I made a video and I asked people question, what have we been benefiting from Nigeria? From the inception of Nigeria, have we been benefiting? I'm still asking that question today. Can you show me any signs of benefit that we have derived from Nigeria? Can you show me the roads? So let's continue anyway. Tony Nnadi is an advocate of one Nigeria, new Nigeria, not one Nigeria. One Nigeria as new Nigeria anyways, I'm not mistaken. Because when you get a new Nigeria, it's still one. We are still one. Nnadi Kanu came. Initially, I saw a video where Nnadi Kanu was in Britain and talking about one Nigeria, preserving Nigeria and wanting to make sure that criminality and corruption and indecencies and murdering and killing and whisking away people stop, that Nigeria will be restored to be a decent nation. At least those videos is a proof that this man is not a troublemaker, is not die hard to, or if it's not Biafra, or is not, he did not advocate for Biafra initially. He started by advocating for good Nigeria, new Nigeria, making Nigeria good or great in those days. But when he saw that the road he is treading upon is a dead end, is a road that is not true, road that is have a dead end, that is impenetrable, he decided to do what? To make a U-turn and begin to say, okay, let me concentrate this energy that I'm being given to Nigeria in Biafra, and asking for, advocating for the restoration of Biafra and redemption of my people. So he has never gone to obstruct Tony Nnadi or stop Tony Nnadi from going to renew Nigeria or bring new Nigeria. Neither did he stop the restructuring. He is talking about Biafra, redemption of Biafra, restoration of Biafra. This man declared him terrorists. This man declared us, the group members, terrorists. This man's advocate to the world that we are murderers. We have never carried gun. We have not shoot anybody. IPOB have not killed anybody. But the Fulani that are destroying churches, destroying mosques, destroying everything that is called religion in Nigeria, the president refused to classify them a terrorist group, while the international terror watchdog have classified them. Now they are before they were number 4th deadliest terrorist organization, but now they are number 2nd deadliest terrorist organization in the world. And now Tony Nnadi, there is a leaked audio that are showing that Tony Nnadi have planned to assassinate or planned to kill the principal officers of the Biafran struggle, the leaders of the Biafran struggle. From his own mouth, you can hear his own voice clearly, not mincing. Nobody is forging it. This is the audio leaked how he planned. He said it by his own mouth that after this very lockdown, they are going to stop IPOB by force. In fact, he went ahead and said he called, or one reverend father from Vatican City called him, and as they were discussing about the problem in Nigeria. So the reverend father, who is a man that read the Bible, never suggested to him or advised him and said that these people, they are crying is genuine. The killing have not started today. Since the inception of Nigeria, the Igbos have been marginalized and been killed. Therefore, Tony Nnadi, what are we going to do in order to safeguard our people, even at this very dangerous time that we are now, where they say that 350 located areas that Fulani have occupied our land by force, claiming it and waiting for their leader to command them to strike us. This reverend father did not suggest anything good. I don't know whether this reverend father, is it Father Cardinal Arinze? Cardinal Arinze, you are in the Vatican City. Come and tell us who is the father, reverend father, that suggested to Tony Nnadi that the best thing that will happen is that Tony Nnadi should plan on how they should plan or engage on how to assassinate the leader of our group, IPOB leadership, Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, and to kill every one of them. He said, just shoot aside. That's what the language he said. And he said after the lockdown that he is going to make sure that they are going to carry out a forceful move. They are going to implement force in order to stop IPOB. And you see, day before yesterday, that in Oba, we have seen one of the actions of Tony Nnadi, instigation, that they want to obstruct anything IPOB is doing. He said they're going to stop them by force. Now they are telling us that people called Oba youth went and vandalized the cars and the properties of the IPOB women who came to meeting where they have gathered to organize themselves. And you know what they do there, promoting the struggle, planning and clapping hand and dancing most of the time, which myself, I don't even buy that idea. But for our leader have chosen that peaceful way of agitation, that this is what God told him is going to give us Biafra. So we must follow him in that very aspect. So Tony Nnadi said that they are going to shoot aside, which means the Tony Nnadi is working with the Nigerian government. It's very plain now. It's very certain that Tony Nnadi is not advocating for any peace. Tony Nnadi is not advocate. He's a legal practitioner, as he claimed. A legal practitioner is the one talking about assassinating people. A legal practitioner is the one saying that we are going to shoot them aside. Does Tony Nnadi have his own military? Is it not the same Nigerian military? Is it not Nigerian police or Air Force that is going to use? Which means Tony Nnadi is not representing the interests of the Eastern Nigeria, or talk of representing Biafra. Tony Nnadi is an assassin. He declared it from his own mouth. We are going to play that very audio that where Tony Nnadi is explaining what the Reverend Father told him. Now, every Ijaw person, if you are supporting Tony Nnadi, every Igbo person, you are supporting Tony Nnadi. We have 350 locations of Fulanis around us, waiting for the command from their leader to strike us. Tony Nnadi did not plan on how to go and defend their people or attack these people and tell them to vacate our land. They bring Almajiris in trucks, in trailers, breaking the sit-at-home order they gave. The northern Nigeria did not observe the lockdown. They did not. The world or Britain who are supporting them can see that While they lock people down into their houses, they are moving their people with trailers, sending them to the eastern Nigeria. What type of system is this? Is Britain seeing this thing as justice or as injustice? What are the takes when even the Prime Minister of Britain was locked down? Citizens of British government in their cities everywhere was locked down, and Nigerian government moving people, trailers, children that are begging on the street, bringing them just to use that opportunity to bring them to our land, to occupy our land. So by the time the lockdown will finish, we will see that strangers have occupied every corner, nooks and corners of our land. Tony Nnadi did not fight. Tony Nnadi did not speak. Tony Nnadi can never go to any media to talk about, oh, this movement of cattle killing or shooting or destruction of life. This is a new thing to us that we cannot bear. Let us plan on how to vacate these people from our land. Tony Nnadi have never used force. So you people can see now that Tony Nnadi have the strength. He has the ability to use force against the Fulanese. But he doesn't want to use the force against the Fulanese. And now Tony Nnadi, the only man that is speaking on our behalf, the only man that is advocating for the restoration of Biafra, the only man that we have, the only voice that we have, Tony Nnadi is planning to assassinate him. You can see Ankyo Briggs, that Ankyo Briggs is among them because all of them are working together. And this man called Clifford Iranya is also with them because they are working together. And the daughters of the truth we can think of, we can talk of, they are all together. Can you see their plan? These men have the ability from the mouth of Tony Nnadi. They have the ability to use force. If you can use force, the question I ask Ijo, Igbo people, Kalabari, Ikwere people, Calabar people, Ogoni people, if I have the power to use force, would I first of all use force against my people or to use the force against the invaders that are invading our land? I want you to judge. I want you to hear from Tony Nnadi, Mr. Tony Nnadi. Mr. Tony Nnadi, who is an advocate of peace and want to get us Nigeria with the peace. I want you today to listen. This thing is the video I copied from Simon Ekpa's video, and I want to play it. I want to give him that credit for to come in contact with whoever that gave him or whichever source he got this information. I thank him once again. But listen by yourself and you can hear Tony Nnadi rambling and talking about how he will assassinate people.
People think I would leave the oil industry and leave all of the things I could have been doing for myself inside Nigeria, taking the kind of risk I'm taking, which nobody else is taking. I don't know what all of you think, but that wasn't the reason for which God wiped out that generation that should have moved from Egypt to the promised land. Will be the same reason you will punish our people for what they are doing right now.
What the voice, the audio you are listening to now is the audio of Tony Nnadi. Leaked audio of Tony Nnadi telling how some people are about to start killing and assassinating IPOB members. You see, some people will say, don't discuss IPOB because if you are not a bona fide IPOB member, don't discuss IPOB. So long as IPOB and so long as Biafra is concerned, it is a business of every Biafra. It is a business and it concerns every Biafran. These are the people putting their life on the line to agitate for freedom of everybody.
I know the man in the Oba you see them in Webata. Will you wait just as I say, Makana Hafon and the IPOB at that choku?
Now you see, for
a criminal telling no of our people. I need a proof. I told you I'm a gas user. I want to confirm. Yes. You need MI1 place from Chrome. When he found out, when I sent my letter to him, and he investigated them and found out what he found out. Now the only thing when you must be solve this problem. When I need the labor pushing there and need involved in this matter. A priest, I'm on your who and who. The only thing when you must be solve this problem. When I need the labor pushing there and need involved in this matter. A priest, I'm on your you must be solve this problem. When I need the labor pushing there and need involved in this matter. You must be solve this problem. When I need the labor pushing there and need involved in this matter. A priest, I'm on your who and who. Also, the labor put that is outside. A priest, I'm on your who and who. Also, the labor put that is outside. And who? Also, the labor put that is outside. So, who and who? Also, the labor put that is outside. I'm on your who and who? Also, the labor put that is outside. And who? Also, the labor put that is outside. Also, the labor put that is outside. Also, the labor put that is outside. Are you serious? Are you serious? Also, the labor put that is outside. Are you? Also, the labor put that is outside. Are you serious? No. Who and who? Also, the labor put that is outside. No. Who?
You people have heard it already. This is the legal practitioner, a man who claimed to be. You see the question that the person that he was interviewing him was asking him to kill who and who. Or see, he said to kill Nnadi Kanu and to kill all his men, to shoot by shoot aside. That a priest from Vatican City, I don't know whose priest or whether he fabricated the priest. Sometimes you see that the reason why we see so many of these priests, they are not speaking up, is they are the same thing and the same tempers. They are in the same line with the government. They don't care about the people. I am not going to continue accusing any priest now because Tony Nnadi said a priest told him. But he did not mention the priest. But he said the priest called him from Vatican City. Before the priest sent him this information, he sent his plan of new Nigeria to the priest. After the priests have delegated and look into his plans, and this priest found it fantastic. It is a good plan. Now the priest, who is the man of God, a man who we can claim to be a man of God, now said, okay, the only plan the action we can take now is to kill Nnadi Kanu and kill all his members, that we are going to do what we call shoot aside. Who are those? Tony Nnadi and the priests have ministry. No, they are going to still use Nigerian military, which means Tony Nnadi is working with the Nigerian government. Tony Nnadi is not fighting. That's why the Fulanis are in 350 locations in our land, and Tony Nnadi have never advocated for these people to be removed. He has never condemned it. It's not a thing of discussion. It's not a thing of concern for Tony Nnadi. Tony Nnadi is concentrated himself, all his energies in new Nigeria. And that's the reason why I'm asking them question. Every day you are filing case. Look at, he sent his message to Vatican City. Did you see the reason why wherever we go, enemies are fighting us? Mazen Nnadi Kanu will see it. He only come and talk. He never attack anybody. He never instructs his men to attack anybody. But Tony Nnadi, who is a legal practitioner, a lawyer, a businessman as well, have advocated and engineered that Mazen Nnadi Kanu should be killed. You had a voice. The guy was asking, should who and who to be killed? He said, Mazen Nnadi Kanu and his men that we are going to. There was a place he said, after the lockdown, we are going to stop them by force, which means Tony Nnadi trying to employ. He want to create a regional problem. Tony Nnadi want to create a regional problem. He want to create conflict in the eastern Nigeria so that tomorrow he will label IPOB as troublemaker as they did before. A legal practitioner, a lawyer who supposed to be condemning the atrocities, the killing, and the embezzlement of funds in Nigerian treasury being looted every day. Tony Nnadi always keeps silent. Emeka Isiri always keeps silent. The other day, Simon Ekpa was asking him, why are you taking this part? Why can't you speak out about the people they are being killed? A lawyer. So two of them claim they are lawyer. They are lawyer. They are human rights activists. That's what they present themselves to be. Said it's not my duty to go and talk about the people that are being killed. Do you see how God is exposing these men, disgracing them because they are men without conscience? They are men without a good reputation. The ambition they have is just to grab the power. And thank God that God gave intelligence and inspiration to our leader, and people around him also giving him ideas. And also he said we hire one of the best lawyers in the world. You know Bruce Fein, one of the constitutional lawyer in America, who fought for the independence of the people of Chad, the southern Chad. These are the man that is handling the IPOB case. And he's not messing up. He's a learned man. This is a lawyer. He has a firm called Bruce Fein firm. Now you can see that all the people working, both Ankyo Briggs, both Clifford Iranya, they are all in this gang up. You can see them. Even Professor Mefo, that Professor Mefo, because this thing that came out of the mouth of Tony Nnadi, this is the way he is discussing it with all his members, all the people that are supporting Professor Mefo, the man, Igbo man that resides in Abuja. Have you seen that the man that you are working with, talking about new Nigeria, is an assassin? He has planned to assassinate our leader. From his own mouth, you can listen to that audio several times. The man who got this audio was repeating it, asking him the same question, asking the question to make sure that everybody will hear clearly the voice of Tony Nnadi, that this person was Tony Nnadi. Did you understand? Tony Nnadi knew and have the strength. He knew that he have the capacity, the ability to employ force. He doesn't want to use this force against the enemy that surround us. The analysis, the survey our people made in our land, the eastern Nigeria, find out that 350 location is where these Fulani people that are coming up to the town or coming to the farms, killing our people one by one, reducing the population, have been settled and chased our people from their land. Tony Nnadi have never employed any force or have never advocated or discussed with his men that we are going to use force on these people, that this land is our land. Can anybody tell me how Tony Nnadi will succeed with blood in his hand? Tony Nnadi has blood in his hand. Many IPOB that have died, Tony Nnadi's hand is there. Tony Nnadi have killed so many. Because when Nigerian government labeled IPOB terrorist organization, took so many thousands of them into the bush and shoot them, pour them acid. We saw their dead bodies, their skeletons. Tony Nnadi was there. Nyanwodo was there. These are the people who work with the federal government to do this atrocity. Did you understand? Ankyo Briggs, you can see that Ankyo Briggs is working with Tony Nnadi. These are the assassins who want to destroy. They have gone to Oba to experiment the atrocity they plan to against our people. We are putting on notice to the world that this man called legal man or a barrister, Tony Nnadi, Ankyo Briggs, and the Professor Mefo, and Clifford Iranya, these are the people that we saw recently. We are castigating Mazen Nnamdi Kanu and calling him a terrorist. The same man is wanting to use the act of terrorist against the leader, our leader that he said is a terrorist. Tony Nnadi is not a military man. Tony Nnadi is not a policeman. Tony Nnadi is not Air Force. Tony Nnadi is not custom. Tony Nnadi is not a SAS. He's not in any force. He say he's a barrister. All right? Now Tony Nnadi speaking from his own mouth, planning with a priest. He said it's a priest that called him from Vatican City, that the best thing is to assassinate the leader, our leader, Mazen Nnamdi Kanu, and to kill all the people by shooter side. Whose military or whose ammunition is Tony Nnadi going to use? Do you see a lawyer advocating for killing people? Do you see a legal man, a legal representative of a people, of a community, is planning to kill people en masse? Tony Nnadi is trying to commit genocide. We have been fought by Nigerian, killed by Nigerian, destroyed by Nigerian. Millions of people lost their life. Now, somebody came up with only tiny radio in the internet, asking the government to come out and let us go, that we want to leave the society because we have been excluded from the system, from the governance. Everybody can see, the international community can see, the prominent Nigerians have seen it. The senators of Nigeria are testifying. All corners of Nigerian have been now coming out for a year, 2 years plus now, and talking and speaking out that Igbos are being marginalized. It's no longer a hit. We are not the ones saying it ourselves. Hausa people are calling the radio Biafra saying yes, that the Igbo leader should support Mazen Nnamdi Kanu because what he's fighting is for the good of the people. Do you see it? Enigwe na agbara yogo, ana na agbara yogo, ikuku na agbara yogo, Chineke na agbara yogo. God is fighting for us. Tony Nnadi, who is an advocate of peace, is the one that is calling for assassination of people. He wants to commit genocide. That's what Tony. Why can't Tony Nnadi use this power, this strength, this energy he has? Why can't Tony Nnadi use it to fight our enemies instead of coming to kill our children? They are raping us. The one they are raping and killing us, is it not enough? Is it not enough? You see, I told Clifford Iranya, the other 2 videos that I made, I will advise you, the road you are going is a dead end. Don't go. All this exposure, can you see the man that you are working with? Clifford Iranya is now the second advocate. He's the second man in the lower Niger, which Tony Nnadi is heading. Tony Nnadi think that legitimately, appropriately, what is good is to assassinate the leader of indigenous people of Biafra. Have you seen any day that Mazen Nnamdi Kanu command or tell anybody to go and kill anybody? They have been killing us. They have been labeling us all manner of regulatory names, calling us names and dehumanizing us. And Mazen Nnamdi Kanu will say, pipe down. They are trying to instigate problem among us so that we start killing each other. Did you see that Tony Nnadi is now an agent to create conflict in the eastern Nigeria? Did you see? Tony Nnadi spoke by his own word. After the lockdown, we are going to use force on the IPOB. He said that a priest called him from Vatican City. Said the best thing is to shoot them, assassinate Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and his men and all his followers, shoot aside. Did you see? Did you hear? Are you hearing what I'm hearing? Then now, if you are a mother in Ikwere, in Calabar, in Ijo, in Kalabari, in riverine area, in Igbo land, is Tony Nnadi the type of person you can trust? If Tony Nnadi gets the new Nigeria, so he will be anybody that challenges him or challenges the system, Tony Nnadi will give order to assassinate that person. Tony Nnadi will be a tyranny if he succeeds. He has not gotten any power, but he is planning how to kill people en mass. I just want to put it across the world that Tony Nnadi, by this leaked audio, have advocated to the assassination of Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. And we, he said, all of their men that are following them, including their women, all his followers, women and children that are following Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, Tony Nnadi is calling for their murder, to kill them, to assassinate them. We are putting the world to the notice. And 2 days ago, they have started. IPOB member went on meeting. They say Oba people. I am not thinking that Oba people did that. These are the men sent by Tony Nnadi, because he said after lockdown from that audio that they are going to use force to stop them, which means any place they go, they are meeting, they are going to attack them. Tony Nnadi, who is a lawyer, it is unnoticed by his own voice. Nobody forged it. You can hear him clearly that is his own voice, that he want to kill the leader of indigenous people. He want to kill me, not you who are member. Even if you are not a member, but some of you who are not a member, you support Mazi Nnamdi Kanu. You like what he's doing. You are. I know some of you that call me several times and say, you are not a member, but I love what this man is doing. Tony Nnadi, because indigenous people means including you, any indigenous citizen born in that very land is a Biafran. Tony Nnadi says that a priest from Vatican City, I'm calling Cardinal Arinze, you are in the Vatican, please, Mazi, iga biakwa gwa yo ogunwa gwara Tony Nnadi. Ogunwa phone Tony Nnadi gwa that na ihe mere na aga egbusi nde Biafra niile. Yes, o nwere ike iwurugo because na ikwujogwo nde Biafra before. Gwa na ga zuru ike na ekwesi ime Biafra. Ịghọtagwo? So mwa na ekwukwo that na o nwere ike iwu Cardinal Arinze gwara kwuru okwu a. Unu bia gbu anyị, unu gbucha anyị, unu agawa eluigwe ka ihe unu. Ka ihe unu arụ ka unu na-eme. Gụnwa fụtara Cardinal Arinze fụtara gwa anyị sai na hafụ Biafra. A na-egbu ụmụgụ. Also a priest from the Vatican. Kedu priest? It might be. Cardinal Arinze bia gwakwa yo. Ebe a ka m ga-erase my case today. Achọrọ m ịga too much. Manu na hugwe that Tony Nnadi has now turned to an assassin, advocating with his priest that after the lockdown, we are waiting for them to come and kill us. We are not going to run. That land is our land. We are not going to. They want to create violence. Tony Nnadi want to create violence so that the tagging of Nigeria that we are terrorists, that the world, they want to bring, you see the other day, that Clifford Iranya is saying that United Nations or United States of America have classified us as terrorists. It's bullshit because we know what the United Nations is talking about Biafra. We know what American government is talking. Even British government that is supporting Nigeria. And when they said they were terrorists, he said no. They published something saying no, the act of this people is not the act of terrorists. So God will continue to fight on our behalf. And the Mazi Nnamdi Kanu have told us that Biafra must come this year. We should not be distracted. Tony Nnadi, if you like, go and employ all the assassins in the world to come and kill us until you finish the last person. That's the only way we can know that you have defeated us. But as long as that land is concerned, it is our land. We are going to claim it. This is VC Radio 1 News, bringing you the gospel of Biafra. In my own interpretation of what I have heard and the audio that I got from Simon Ekpa. People send it to me, and I listened to it, and I heard our leader yesterday also analyzing and speaking about it. Anyway, he doesn't care about it because he knows that a barking dog does not bite. Tony Nnadi cannot bite. Tony Nnadi cannot bite. Amadi Oha gakubu Tony Nnadi. Chineke bi n'eluigwe gakubu Tony Nnadi with the plan oji bịa. Clifford Iranya agbawo nhanu ekete ha bụ ekete ike na ike epuru epu. Onwe ihe ọ ga-ejideli. Ụgbọ ha gbara ụgbọ ndị oshi. They cannot succeed. IPOB is marching on, and the gate of hell cannot stop us. It cannot prevail against it by the power in the name of the Yahweh Yeshua, in Jesus' name. Yes, this is Evangelist B. If you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please subscribe. It means you encouraging me and you want me to bring you more updates. Remain blessed, and I will see you in the next episode. God bless you.